The boy child, a lot have been happening. And since last year, as boy child, as men, we had decided to do better. As boy child, tunaumia. Every time we start to do better, something must come through. Sisi tumejitolea. Tumejitolea. As men, as boy child. And it's as if the devil is fighting the boy child.
You won't believe what just happened to Njugush and Wakavinye. What started as a mutual separation has exploded into leaked chats.
Comedian Njugush alipigiwa simu na msee wa BNB akamwambia niko na CCTV footage ya bibi yako alikuwa hapa majuzi. Na ule msee walikuwa na yeye naonanga kama mkuanga mna advertise kampuni yake pale Instagram. Njugush akashika wada akajua hii ni gulwa. Alafu ukumbuke my people, kuna details siku wa show.
Cheating receipts, secret asset wars, and accusations that could change everything.
Afadhali kuitwa gold digger kuliko kuitwa sponyo kama mwanamke. There is nothing as disgusting as a woman using her money to support a fully grown man. And then you end up risking your marriage because of what? Penny pinching men?
But that is not even the craziest part, because behind the calm Instagram statement, behind the "we are focused on co-parenting" narrative, online sleuths were digging, and what they found is way darker than anyone expected.
And before you came into my life, I used to live hivi.
But you never used to throw socks from mlango.
Unataka nikae hivi na mimi sitaki.
You never used to throw socks from mlango.
Unakuja umebadilisha hii kiti imeangalia na huko. Mimi tulikuwa poa na maboys, sikuwa na stress. When you come, our life become complicated. Yes, we need you.
Your life becomes easier.
Unakuja unatoa vitu zangu, unaweka makeup, mafuta kama 10 kwa bafu. Nilikuwa tu na sabuni moja.
Relax, Mr. Timothy.
We were okay before you came into our life.
Leaked WhatsApp messages, alleged betrayal with a mystery man, anonymous tweets sent to bloggers, and properties reportedly registered under Njugush's mother's name.
Why do I come and change your life? I don't want to come and change you. Ati sasa wewe wacha kwenda kwenye ulikuwa naenda. Why do I feel suffocated in my own space as a man? And that's why you find people are building beautiful homes, but they spend a little time in those houses because you are suffocating them. When I come and sit down, I want to enjoy something. You want to watch another telenovela. What do? I move aside. Nakuja watoto wanataka kuona kinini. Ile nini iPad nilikuwa nayo na wewe unachukua unataka kuona mwanaume nimewachwa wapi?
While fans thought that this was a peaceful breakup, sources claim this was a silent war behind the scenes, and just when you think it can't get any messier, Through Thick and Thin drops a new season, and Wakavinye is nowhere to be seen.
So does it mean most men will prefer for them to date forever?
That's not what I'm saying.
Because if marriage is suffocating most men, because
I'm not saying marriage. Hear me out. It's individuals. Marriage has never suffocated anyone.
The podcast gone, the collaborations over, the brand empire they built together cracking. But wait, because what surfaced next might explain everything.
Ati going in young ni mbaya. After 10 years,
I didn't say it's young. I said most likely most of us do not know what they were looking for.
na ndio nasema you will never know.
You will never know. True.
True. 10 years from now,
you will still not know what you want.
Kama sasa mimi nikaambiwa nirudi soko, nitachagua something different from you.
That's true.
Na wewe the same, ni kweli?
That's true.
Mtu
That's very
kudanganya, you know, mimi
I'll still choose you.
Uongo.
I'll still choose you every day.
Priorities change every time. Like for example, if I'm to go back, I'd look for someone maybe mwenye is not looking forward to have kids. I'm already akona wake tule.
Because you have babies.
Exactly, juu umemove hapo. You get my point? So I think as an expert, not so, they change. So there is no right. Personally for me,
if I go back, what I'd look for.
Was this really a mutual split, or was it damage control before the receipts went viral? Tears, betrayal, property battles, and a separation that is turning uglier by the day.
And before you came into my life, I used to live hivi.
But you never used to throw socks from mlango.
Unataka nikae hivi na mimi sitaki.
But stay with me, because the timeline of what really happened is going to shock you. And trust me, the last detail changes everything. First, let us talk about what they wanted us to believe.
Every time we start to do better, something must come through. Sisi tumejitolea. Tumejitolea. As men, as boy child. And it's as if the devil is fighting the boy child.
On April 21st of 2026, Njugush and Wakavinye released a joint statement confirming what rumors had been suggesting for months.
Guys, we are okay, very very okay. Niko salama, Kimani ako salama, Butita ako salama, mafans wako salama, mafans ndo walikuwa na Kimani. Everybody is okay.
They were separated. The statement was professional, measured and carefully constructed. They claimed the split was mutual. They said it happened sometimes in 2025. They emphasized their commitment to co-parenting their two sons, and they asked for privacy and respect during this difficult time.
So, na tukienda hapo bibi yake anakuanga. But when we go there to get hair, okay, I want the best price. Ama tazame tunaenda kushoot, unajua sasa we need to shoot so that we can tell you guys nywele ziko. The guy yani ananishughulikia kabisa, yani nimevaa hapo nywele na kama ananichana, anachukua tu mafuta nini, and then after that anako like this is a gift for you. So every time we go I get a gift. That's when naambia nywele nilipokaa gift, me I didn't, you know.
On the surface it seemed mature, adult, the kind of conscious and coupling that celebrity couples aim for. Fans were heartbroken, but many applauded them for handling it with grace. But then, the cracks started showing. Industry insiders began whispering. Bloggers started receiving anonymous tips. Screenshots started circulating in private WhatsApp groups. And what this revelation suggested was nothing like the peaceful separation they had described. But wait, before we get into the bombshell leaks, you need to understand just how perfect this couple appeared to the public, because that makes the fall so much more dramatic than what it looks like. Now, according to multiple sources, including the notorious blogger Edgar Obare of the BNN channel, private WhatsApp conversations were leaked. And these were not just any conversations. These were allegedly between Njugush and a close confidant. And what do these messages reveal? Heartbreak, betrayal, infidelity. In these leaked chats, Njugush allegedly poured out this pain. He was not the calm, collected man from the public statement. He was devastated, broken and angry. The messages allegedly detail his discovery that Wakavinye had entered into a relationship with another man while they were still married. Now, different sources are reporting different details about this alleged affair. Some reports identify the man as a nail technician. Others claim that he's a driver. The identity keeps on shifting, but the core allegation remains consistent across multiple leaks. Wakavinye allegedly started a relationship outside the marriage, but here is where it gets even more twisted. The leaked messages also allegedly reveal something that shows this wasn't just a marriage falling apart, it was turning into a strategic battle. According to these leaks, Wakavinye supposedly began sending anonymous tips to bloggers. But why? To create leverage against Njugush during their separation negotiations. Think about that for a second. While publicly maintaining the image of an amicable split, she was allegedly feeding negative stories about her husband to gossip channels.
And she's the one sponsor in the story. The one thing that is constant is, one, she was never satisfied sexually, and two, she was the one actively sponsoring these men with her money. How low can you go? My God, what was she paying for? The sex, the company? What? Let me tell you, I am just so disappointed in that one thing. Why would you use your hard-earned cash to sponsor a man who, in case, God forbid, your husband said this thing is over, or your ex or whatever, that man cannot even buy you Patco. I don't even want to imagine the rate or the amount of money this hand was spending on this man. For what? That is disgusting, babe. Mokwano.
To gain advantage in whatever was being negotiated behind the scenes. Asset division, custody arrangements, public narrative control. We do not know exactly what leverage she was seeking, but the alleged tactic is ruthless. Now, I need to be clear here. These are all allegations based on leaked screenshots. We cannot independently verify every detail. Neither Njugush nor Wakavinye has directly addressed these specific claims, but the screenshots are circulating everywhere. Kenyan social media is being flooded with them, and more keep appearing every single day. But that is not all. Wait until you see what happened next with their property and assets, because this is where things get legally messy. I'm sure by now you know that money changes everything, and when a couple who built an empire together splits up, the financial warfare can get ugly. Social media sleuths have been doing some serious digging, and what they uncovered suggests that legal battles over property and are brewing beneath the surface. Multiple Twitter threads and Instagram posts from accounts claiming insider knowledge have alleged that Wakavinye is fighting for her shares of the assets. Makes sense, right? They built the wealth together. She was his partner in content creation, in brand building, and in everything. But here is the twist that everyone is talking about. These same sources allege that when the time came to divide the assets, Wakavinye discovered that the properties she believed were jointly owned were actually registered under someone else's name. Whose name? Njugush's mother. Can you imagine that? Building together for years only to find out that the assets you thought were yours are legally belonging to your mother-in-law. Now, we need to be careful here because in the Kenyan culture, it is not uncommon for successful children to put property in their parents' name. It can be for tax purposes, for cultural reasons, for estate planning, but in the context of a messy separation, when trust has completely broken down, this kind of arrangement looks very different. For years, Njugush and Wakavinye were not just life partners, they were business partners. Everything they built together, every video, every brand deal, every project. But when the personal relationship explodes, the professional collaborations become impossible. Now let us start with the most obvious casualty. By the way, they are widely popular podcasts. For seasons, Kenyan tuned in to hear them discuss relationships, marriage, parenting, and life. The chemistry was real. The insights felt genuine. The laughter was infectious. Now, the podcast has ceased airing. No new episodes, no explanation, just nothing. Fans who subscribed for relationship advice are now watching that very relationship disintegrate publicly. The irony is painful. Then there is the TTNT series, Through Thick and Thin. Season 6 promotional posters were released recently, and eagle-eyed fans noticed something major. Wakavinye was completely absent. In a series that had featured her prominently for seasons, that had literally been about their life together, she was suddenly nowhere to be seen in the marketing materials. The message was clear: the show would continue, but without her. For Wakavinye, this represents not just a personal loss, but a professional one. This was her platform too, her audience, her income stream. But now, she's out. Brand partnerships that featured them as a couple being renegotiated or cancelled. Joint endorsement deals probably finished. Public appearances together obviously not happening anymore. And the financial implications are massive. We are potentially talking about millions of shillings in lost revenue for both of them, but especially for Wakavinye, who was less established as an individual brand before the marriage content took off. Some industry insiders are already speculating about what comes next professionally. Will Njugush continue solo? Absolutely, seems like it based on the TTNT Season 6 posters. Will Wakavinye launch her own content, building her own brand independent of the marriage? Time is going to tell. But rebuilding, after being half of Kenya's most famous couple, that is an uphill battle, and through it all, the leaks keep coming, the allegations keep spreading, and the online investigators keep digging. Now, here is what makes this situation different from celebrity breakups of the past: the internet. In previous generations, celebrities would control the narrative, release a statement, lay low for a while, and let it blow over. Not anymore. Online sleuths are conducting their own investigation, analyzing old videos for signs they missed, comparing timelines, cross-referencing social media posts. TikTok users are creating timeline videos, showing moments from months ago where you could totally see the tension. Twitter threads are dissecting every public appearance from the last year, claiming the signs were there all along. Instagram gossip pages are posting screenshots after screenshots of the alleged insider information, and some of this is legitimate investigation, people genuinely trying to understand what happened. But some of it, pure speculation, rumor presented as fact, doctored screenshots, fake insider accounts. And the problem is, in the current environment, it is almost impossible to separate the truth from fiction. Every day brings new receipts, new allegations, new claims from sources close to the couple, and each revelation makes the amicable mutual separation story looks less and less more believable. The court of public opinion is in full session. Sides are being chosen. Team Njugush versus Team Wakavinye. Arguments in comment sections, heated debates on Twitter spaces, think pieces and blogs. So where does this leave us now? Njugush and Wakavinye, once Kenya's most beloved celebrity couple, are now at the center of one of the messiest, most public separations in recent Kenyan entertainment history, of course after Ruth K and Mlamua. The mutual and amicable narrative they presented, completely overshadowed by allegations of infidelity, strategic betrayal, asset hiding and toxic separation tactics. The leaked WhatsApp chats suggest deep pain and anger, far from the measured tones of the public statement. The alleged anonymous blogger tips suggest manipulation and strategic warfare. The property dispute suggests financial battles that could drag on for months or even years. The living arrangements show a family fractured and reconfiguring. The professional fallout shows an empire divided, and through it all, the online investigation continues. More receipts will surface, more allegations will emerge, more details are going to leak. But this story is far from over. In the coming weeks and months, we will likely see legal filings become public, court battles over assets, and potentially custody arrangements, maybe even direct responses to specific allegations from one or both parties. The question is, will the truth ever fully come out, or will we be left with competing narratives, leaked screenshots of uncertain authenticity, and speculation? What we do know now is this: behind the carefully curated social media posts, behind the brand partnership and YouTube videos, behind the image of the perfect couple, there was struggle, pain, and ultimately breakdown. And this is a reminder what we see online is never the full story. Now, I want to hear from you. What do you think really happened? Do you believe the leaked screenshots, and who do you think is more at fault here? And most importantly, do you think they can successfully cooperate after this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure that you're subscribed to this channel with the notification bell turned on, because as I said, this story is developing by the hour, and I'll be bringing you every update as it happens. And if you found this video informative, give it a thumbs up, share it with anyone who has been following this situation. And remember, behind every perfect couple online, there is a real relationship with real problems. Don't believe everything you see on social media. I'll see you in the next video as you get to know what happens in the celebrity drama files.